How's it going, guys? Aaron Miller here again with the next episode for my hunting series, or my logging road food plot series here in southern Missouri. And been kind of crazy the last couple weeks. We've started summer school here in southern Missouri, and it is mid-July, which is usually very unusual for us. We are usually done by mid-June. So definitely some strange things happening with all of the COVID-19 issues, but here we are, and we are in full swing of our second week, which means for me, not a lot of downtime. And I've been trying to catch up with hopefully some fall plans for hunting and expanding my opportunities here in southern Missouri. And with that comes trying to get out, check a couple of spots. And if you've checked out my channel about a week or so ago, I did post a short little video on finding a new spot that I want to start working on. And I'll be bringing some updates on that hopefully within the next couple weeks, as I have gone out to start spraying that area. A little bit later than what I think most people would encourage. A lot of times they would be talking about going in May to make those first couple of sprays and try to get rid of that vegetation. But better late than never, right? So today I wanted to bring to you guys the next episode, or kind of the next step in what I've been doing in this poor man plot, this small area that I have an opportunity to hunt in. And one of the things that I talked about last week is trying to move forward after failing miserably in that first attempt, and some of the things that I did there. So if you've not had a chance to see that video, just go back and check episode 3, what to do after failure. After doing some soil testing, after doing some minor soil amendments, and getting a little bit of equipment into the area, not much, was really only able to disc up about half of the plot effectively anyway, and trying to make good soil contact for my next round of planting. And as I mentioned last time, I did get a little bit of oats and stuff to take off and establish, and the clover to start to come in. And the next step that I did, this being my second full year of this food plot, was to try to establish a stronger stand of clover. And so went in about February, into February, early March this year, had about 1 or 2 more frosts to go, and was able to get some frost seeding done with, again, a mix of local clover, bulk clover from here in Mountain Grove. And I had 2 different kinds this spring, a Ladina clover and a white clover that they had available there at the feed store for about $1.25 a pound. I ended up buying maybe just a little over a pound of the 2 together. So again, this being a type of plot that I don't have the time and the money to just pour into, I wanted to establish something that was manageable. And so basically over the winter, before and slightly after frost seeding, I was taking wood ash from my wood stove that we burn over the winter, which predominantly is a hardwood type of an ash, oak, sometimes blackjack. I do burn some softer woods if that's what I have accessible to cut, some dead elm, things like that. If I had to guess, I would have probably spread somewhere around a dozen 5-gallon buckets of ash, maybe a little bit more than that, on a 1/4 acre plot. So not a major soil amendment, not something that was going to make a drastic difference, but it was a free addition that I had available. And I also put on another 50-pound bag of Triple 13 fertilizer on the plot this year. The reason I did that, knowing that it's a clover plot, knowing that I could have used a more lower number of nitrogen type of a fertilizer, that's what I had available at the local feed store. It was the cheapest option I had at the time. And so I was able to pick up a bag for about $13 of Triple 13 and got that spread out this spring. The other thing that I looked at least for this plot, not necessarily soil or clover amending, was just trying to make some adjustments to just the general habitat in the area. It's a fairly clear open woods, and with clearing this plot out, I was able to build up a little bit of brush along the edges, a little bit of undergrowth starting into those brush piles to start a little bit of cover for the deer. And then also keeping the mineral lick established there that I started last year as well. After going through a year of mostly failure, it was good to start seeing some growth. And you guys saw some of the videos posting earlier this year, back in March, April, May, when I first started this channel, of what this second year plot is starting to look like. Now, in my June update, you'll remember that the clover had started to get hit a little bit with the heat, and we are in the middle of this week of getting close to heat indexes of 100 to 105. So I anticipate that the clover is pretty well going to stay dormant and start getting hit pretty hard by the weather and the deer. And so what I'm hoping to do next week with you guys is this. I'm hoping to share with you what my plan is for this fall. And I'll be honest with you, as a novice at what I'm doing, I've been really trying to get some ideas of what is the best option for this particular plot. Limited on equipment, really a little worried about erosion if I go in and do a lot of dirt work. What will be my best option for this plot? So I hope that you guys will stay tuned with that, and hopefully give me some comments here below on what things you're doing with maybe a strictly clover plot, how you're working towards drought tolerant, what are some brands or some options for drought tolerance that fit within that budget of your typical everyday food plotter, and maybe give you some ideas of things for me to establish and try here in southern Missouri as I move forward as well. And I hope to be able to share some hunting with you guys this fall on some of the hunts that me, my son, and my daughter go on in these areas. And I hope to be able to show you the love and the future of hunting that I hope to pass down to my kids, so that you guys can see and enjoy nature and what's going on around us. As we go through this experience of heat hitting us, get out and shoot your bows when you can. Enjoy the weather. Last night was awesome. Tomorrow night looks like we might be pushing triple digits in our heat index. So enjoy when you can, shoot your bows when you can, get out, stay safe, get ready for September. Have a great time, and I'll see you guys next week.